नमो तस्स
नमो तस्से
भगवतो
भगवतो
अरहतो
अरहतो
सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स
सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्य
नमो तस्स
नमो तस्से
भगवतो
भगवतो
अरहतो
अरहतो
सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स
सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्य
नमो तस्स
नमो तस्से
भगवतो
भगवतो
अरहतो
अरहतो
सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्स
सम्मा सम्बुद्धस्य
बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि
बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि
धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि
धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि
संघं शरणं गच्छामि
संघं शरणं गच्छामि
द्वितीयंपि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि
द्वितीयंपि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि
द्वितीयंपि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि
द्वितीयंपि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि
द्वितीयंपि संघं शरणं गच्छामि
द्वितीयंपि संघं शरणं गच्छामि
तृतीयंपि बुद्धं शरणं गच्छामि तृतीयंपि धम्मं शरणं गच्छामि
तृतीयंपि
तृतीयंपि संघं शरणं गच्छामि पानातिपाता वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादियामि अदिन्नदाना वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादियामि कामेषु मिच्छाचारा वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादियामि मूसावादा वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादियामि सुरामेरय मज्ज पमादट्ठाना वेरमणि सिक्खापदं समादियामि साधु 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 Buddha says it is through Sila, Sugati Myanti, you will get a good progress. Silena Bhoga Sampada, the prosperity that you seek for, you can get through morality, the Pancha Sila. Silena Nibbhuti Myanti, the ultimate happiness called Nirvana, you can gain through Sila, that is morality. Tasma Silam Visodaya, therefore purify your Sila. So this Sila is the foundation for a happy and prosperous life. And therefore, every time we start a Buddhist program, we start with this Trisarana and Panchashila. So in the Trisarana you say Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. So these three refuges when you are taking, as Buddha has said that when whatever you do, you should do with proper understanding, not just out of belief. Because one of the qualities of Buddha's Dhamma is ehipassiko. That means to come and see. Normally when it comes to religious teaching, we are taught to believe it, belief. It is called a belief system. So normally we see that people say, come and believe. Then your wishes will be fulfilled. Then whatever you seek, you will get it. But here Buddha says, just come and see. He doesn't say, come and believe. Why is it so? Because Buddha says that when you see something, when you understand, when you experience, automatically you will believe. So belief is an after effect of your seeing, after effect of your understanding, and after effect of your experience. Like for example, if there is, let us say, this light candle here, and if I want to show that, I'll say, come and see, here is a candle. I won't say, come and believe here is a candle. Why is it so? Because it's there. I have to just tell people, come and see, here is a candle. Of course, if it's not here, then what I have to say? Come and believe that here is a candle. That means the term belief is used only when the thing is not there, or when you can't see it, or when you can't understand it, or when you can't experience it. Then only one has to say, believe it, believe it, believe it. But if you can see something, if you can understand something, if you can experience something, then there is no need to tell believe. You have to just come and tell, come and see, come and understand, come and experience. So therefore Buddha also says, whatever you want to accept, first come and see, come and understand, come and experience. Like if I say all the monks are sitting here, or some statue is here, you come and see, and when you go outside, and some people are, did you see the Buddha statue there at the entrance? And they say, yes. Are you sure? Yes, I believe it is there. How do you believe? He says, because I have seen with my own eyes. So that means, when you see something, then only you believe it. That means, seeing is the precondition, or understanding or experience is the precondition for belief. Belief cannot be preconditioned to your experience, to your seeing, to your understanding. So therefore, whatever you do according to Buddha, you should understand, experience, then only accept it. So similarly, today when you are taking this Three Sarana and Panchashila as the base for your happiness and prosperity, then therefore it is very important to understand what is the importance of taking this three Sarana, the three refuge, and the 5 precepts. So the first thing you said was, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. Now the question may arise, what is this taking Sharana? And that too not one Sharana, you have to take three refuge. You take refuge in the Buddha, that is not enough. Again you take refuge in the Dhamma, that is also not enough. Again you take refuge in the Sangha. So why do we need to take three refuge? Why not just one refuge? And taking refuge means what? It is surrendering yourself to the instructions by that teacher. So let us try to understand with an example. Let us say if someone is sick, suffering from cough or fever, and if he or she wants to get rid of the disease, what they should do? Should they sit at home and pray to the God and say, oh God, may my fever go away, oh God, may my cough go away? If they say like that, will it go away? No. So what they should do? The first thing they have to do is, Doctor Sharanam Gacchami. That means they should take refuge in the doctor. Now taking refuge in the doctor doesn't mean just you go and sit at the feet. Taking refuge here means you surrender yourself to the doctor. That means you accept the instructions given by the doctor. Because if you say I take refuge in the doctor, and if you don't follow the instructions given by the doctor, then you are not going to get cured. So taking refuge in the doctor means you are surrendering yourself and accepting that you are going to follow the instructions given by the doctor. In that sense, you take refuge in the doctor. In that sense, you say, Doctor Sharanam Gacchami. Okay, you are taking refuge in the doctor. Is that enough? No. Then what next you have to do? You have to take the medicines. That means, medicine Sharanam Gacchami. Now, taking refuge in the medicine doesn't mean you keep the medicines on the table and bow 3 times. Is it going to work like that? No. Or some people are very clever. What they do, they take the prescription and start reading. 1 tablet in the morning, 1 capsule in the afternoon, and the syrup in the night. And again, 1 tablet in the morning, capsule in the afternoon, syrup in the night. They go on reading, but they don't take it. Will it help them? No. So taking refuge in the medicine means you have to take medicine as prescribed by the doctor. If the prescription says you have to take this medicine in the morning, then you have to take that. You have to take this capsule in the afternoon, you have to take that. If it says that you have to take this syrup in the night, you have to take that. So as the prescription is given, accordingly you have to take the medicine. That is what is medicine Sharanam Gacchami. Okay, you have taken refuge in the medicine. That means you are ready to take the medicines as given in the prescription. Is that enough? No. Then they have to take third refuge. What is that? That is nothing but Nurse Sharanam Gacchami. Now you may say, what Banteji, you told Doctor Sharanam Gacchami, that is acceptable, understandable. You said medicine Sharanam Gacchami, that is also understandable, acceptable. But why should we take refuge in the nurse? No, I won't take refuge in the nurse. Then will it work? No. Why? Because all of you know, doctor is the one who just comes, does checkup, prescribes the medicine and goes away. After that, 24 hours, who takes care of you? It is the nurse, not the doctor. It is nurse instructs you what medicine you should take before breakfast or after lunch or after dinner, what you should do, what you should not do. All this guidance and instruction is given by the nurse, not by the doctor. So if you don't follow the instruction given by the nurse, do you think you will get rid of the disease and get out of the hospital? No. So that means whoever is sick and suffering from a disease, he or she has to take refuge in the doctor, has to take refuge in the medicine, and has to take refuge in the nurse. So similarly, we human beings are also suffering from a disease which is universal. What is that universal disease? That is what is called dukkha, suffering. And this is a disease that everyone is suffering. Not only the poor, even the rich. Not only the uneducated, even the educated. Not only people of this country, but other country. And when we say dukkha, this Pali term dukkha is not just some kind of a physical harm or some disease or some emotional setback. That is not only suffering. Here in Pali, when we say dukkha, it means the unsatisfactory nature of all things. Throughout the life, you can never be satisfied with anything. One desire gets fulfilled, then you have another desire. That is fulfilled again. So there is no satisfaction at all till you attain nirvana. So this unsatisfactory nature of things, Buddha is called suffering. So we all are suffering from this disease called dukkha. So in order to get rid of this disease called dukkha, for this also we need a doctor, for this also we need a medicine, for this also we need a nurse. So therefore we say, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, Sangham Sharanam Gacchami. So when we say Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, we should always keep in mind, Buddha is not a god who will do some magic or miracle and all your sufferings are gone away. No. When we say Buddham Sharanam Gacchami, you should always keep in mind that Buddha is like a doctor, a spiritual doctor, therefore we are taking refuge in him. When we say Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, we should keep in mind that Dhamma is not a magical teaching by which all your sufferings will go away. When we say Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami, you should always keep in mind that Dhamma is like a medicine, a spiritual medicine. Therefore you take refuge in it. Similarly, when you say Sangham Sharanam Gacchami, Sangha are not some magical monks who do some magic and they give you some amulet and all your sufferings will go away. No. When we say Sangham Sharanam Gacchami, you should always keep in mind that Sangha are like a nurse who are there to guide us, to instruct us that what we should do in order to get rid of suffering. Like I said, some people are not ready to take refuge in the nurse. Similarly, some people are not ready to take refuge in the Sangha. Then will it work? As I said, doctor is the one who just comes, does checkup, prescribes medicine and goes away. After that, 24 hours who takes care of you? It is the nurse. Similarly, our spiritual doctor called Buddha, 2600 years ago, came, prescribed the medicine called Dhamma and has gone away. So since 26 years, who is guiding you, who is instructing you? It is the nurse called Sangha. Therefore, it is necessary to take refuge in the Sangha. So with this proper understanding, if you take refuge in the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, then that refuge is really beneficial. Now the question arises, if Buddha is the doctor, Dhamma is the medicine, and Sangha the nurse, then that's enough. Then why you are giving these additional 5 precepts? You know the 5 precepts that you say that I'll abstain from stealing, I'll abstain from killing, sexual misconduct, false speech, intoxicants. Why do you need these 5 precepts? If Buddha is a doctor, Dhamma is a medicine, and Sangha is a nurse, that's enough. So this is like this, to understand better. Like, for example, someone goes to the doctor, and according to their disease, the doctor prescribes some medicine. For example, if one is suffering from diabetes, he will prescribe insulin and says, but you have to take the precaution of not taking sweet. Or in Hindi we call the patya or parech. And if you are suffering from, let us say, BP, he will prescribe medicine and says you should not take salt. This is the precaution you have to take, or abstain from this. So, with every medicine, there is some or other precaution, or patya or parech as we call it, that you have to follow. If that patient says, what doctor, you are such a wonderful doctor, your medicine is wonderful, your nurses are so well trained, that is enough doctor, why you are telling to practice these precautions, this patya, this parech? I won't follow those precautions. That means he will take insulin and also eat kilo and kilos of sweet. Will it work? He will take BP medicine, but at the same time take handful of salt. Will it work? No. That means as important is medicine, equally important is the precautions to be taken. So similarly, our spiritual doctor Buddha says, look, human beings, if you want to get rid of the disease, of course you have to follow Dhamma, take the medicine of Dhamma, but along with that, you have to practice the precautions of Panchashila, the 5 precepts. If you don't follow the 5 precepts, then my Dhamma won't be effective on you. It won't work on you. So as important is the Dhamma, equally important is the Panchashila or the precepts. That means as important is the medicine, equally important is the precautions. So therefore, this Trisarana and Panchashila is given together.